stalking? How are they created? And on this video, I'm going to attempt to answer the question, who has the potential, what type of person has the potential to become a gang stalker? Let's ask the age-old question, are gang stalkers, are they born or are they created? What makes a person change into this lying, envious, vicious, vile human being? And so who is it that has the potential to become this gang stalker? And on my list, I've come up with 9 potential people that can become this gang stalker. They have the potential to gang stalk and to carry out gang stalking tactics. Number 1 on my list is a person with a tremendous need for power and control. This person suffers with control issues. They believe in dominating other human beings. And when given power, they have no problem abusing the power within their hands. They have a need to step on others to reach the top or to get what they want. They will get what they want by hook or crook. And so what happened to this individual, you may ask, that made them become so power hungry? Well, at some point in their lives, probably early childhood, something happened that made them feel powerless. Someone bigger, someone older, someone with more authority took away their power. And so at that point in time, they felt like they had no control over their lives. And so they grew up feeling like they have no control. They may have been dominated by a very authoritative parent who, control their every move. And so, once they get to a point where they stood up for themselves and say, you know what, I'm going to take my power back, I will never be controlled by anyone else. Then they started the vicious cycle of controlling, empowering, and dominating someone else. And they liked it. They loved the thrill and the feel of having power in their hands and power over someone else. And so they continued with this cycle of abuse. Person number 2 on my list is someone who suffers with feelings of inadequacy. This person has dealt with feeling like they don't meet the standard, like they don't measure up. This person is someone who will find themselves constantly comparing themselves to other people. But get this, when you meet them, they act superior because they have to hide their feelings of inadequacy. But deep down inside, while acting superior, they feel inferior. This person rotates this type of message over and over again inside of their head. This is the negative self-talk that they go over inside of their head. I wish I had. And then they fill in the blank. And then they go on to tell themselves, but since I don't have it, then I'll take what's yours. And so there's that sense of entitlement also. Also, a person who suffers with feelings of inadequacy and feel as though they don't measure up, they're very jealous of people who have something that they wish they had or that they feel that they're lacking in. They cannot be happy or celebrate the victories of others. Person number 3 on my list is a person who's been hurt by the sting of rejection. And this rejection could have been at the hands of parents, siblings, or peers. And because this rejection has never been addressed, this person walks around with a gaping, unhealed wound that can never be filled. It is filled with past hurts. Also, this person could have experienced some sort of trauma or abuse in their early childhood. And so anyone who's ever felt rejected by the people that should have loved them, this person has the potential to become a gang stalker. Number 4 on my list is a revengeful person. This person has been hurt so bad at their core, something happened in which they're looking to seek revenge against anyone who acts like the perpetrator, talks like the perpetrator, walks like the perpetrator, looks like the perpetrator. Sometimes you may have heard someone say, well, I can't date that person because he or she reminds me of my ex, and my ex did such and such to me, so I can't date this person. So basically, they're taking everyone that looks like their ex as someone who could potentially hurt them, and they could be passing up a very, uh, a very good person, a very good friend, or a potential, mate that could be good for their lives. but because this person looks like, sounds like, or acts like someone who's hurt them, then they seek to go ahead and they'll pass this person by. Number 5 on my list is a person that has been groomed or trained to behave or to carry out gang stalking tactics. And this could be, as early as early childhood, or this person could be inducted as a teenager or a young adult. The people that could induct them into this type of behavior or teach them how to behave this way could be parents, different groups that mimic gang stalking or the gang stalking group itself, friends, and family members. And so that's why it's very important that we know who our children are hanging out with. And also, it's very important that we surround our kids with family members and friends and neighbors, that we expose them to people who could become good mentors, those who have authority in their lives, to make sure that these are good mentors, not someone who could take them and influence them to go down the wrong path. Number 6 on my list is a fearful person or a person who has chosen to be a follower instead of a leader. This person may start off being groomed as a uh, junior gang stalker, and they're sent out to do the bidding of the lead gang stalker. And what happens is that this person may not enjoy carrying out these tactics. They may hate it. They may feel for the victim, but because they know the tactics and they fear retaliation, they will not speak up. They will continue to follow this person. They will continue to be fearful because they don't want what's happening to the victim to happen to them. And this can be perpetrated by family, friends, coworkers, neighbors, someone in authority. Number 7 is a narcissistic individual. Because they have the inborn traits already in them, which is a lack of empathy, a lack of sympathy, a lack of compassion, they are perfect for gang stalking, either the leader or junior gang stalker. They have the mentality of let me get you before you get me. They lack natural love and affection for others. I mean, because if you had natural love and affection for others, how could you carry out these tactics against someone else? The narcissistic individual makes a perfect gang stalker because they view people as pawns, puppets, objects, or means to an end, which there is that control factor or power factor. Um, the lines between right and wrong are very blurred with a narcissist, and they can hurt people without a conscience. And most of the time, because of these traits that they have, they do move to the top of the group. They become the leaders. Also, because they are impulsive and lack self control, but they love to control others. Another form of personality disorder that can become a gang stalker, which is along the lines with the narcissist in the same category, is the psychopaths and the sociopaths. And they can become gang stalkers because they're unable to feel. They can't express their feelings. And so, because they're unable to feel, they can do anything and not feel any shame or regret or guilt about it or any remorse. Number 8 on my list as a potential gang stalker are people who have ever experienced bullying in their lives. As the studies show that sometimes the bullied becomes the bully. It's not always the case, but anyone who's ever experienced torture or pain at the hands of a bully, they can grow up or they can potentially become a gang stalker.